Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Kaleidoscope Maker. This one's very special to me because this is one I've been wanting to present to the kaleidoscope world for many years. I can't even begin to tell you how many. But it's something that's been asked a lot, and people have developed things and designed things to help out with this. And this particular subject is how to make a stereo adapter for a kaleidoscope. And I'm not talking about the kaleidoscope for each eye. I'm talking about one kaleidoscope being able to split so that you can actually view it with both eyes. Yes, it sounds impossible, but it's not. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And nice thing is, it's going to use what I call scrap first surface mirror. So hang in here and watch. I'm going to have to describe this as I make it. First of all, you want to find out where the center of your eyes are, and you want to relax and look at a distance. You want to keep looking straight forward. And I'm going to take a couple pieces of scrap mirror about the same height, and just for an easy referencing, I'm going to put one on the 1 inch. And I'm going to put the other one out here someplace, and I'm going to hold the 1 inch one steady. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find what I call the center of my eyes, which this one looks like it's at the center, and this one is pretty close. I'm just doing it by guess, and it's kind of hard to do, and it looks to me like I have about 2 3/4 inches between my eyes. Now if you have somebody come up and measure this, or have your eye doctor do it, he can help you out with this. So I'm about 2 3/4, and I'm going to write that down for my reference. And we're going to use that to start the first part of the stereo adapter for a single kaleidoscope, not dual kaleidoscope, single kaleidoscope. So here we go. What I'm going to need is I'm going to need a base in order to put this on, and as you know, I like working with wood. It's easy. Apologize for that. It's a toy in the room that got bumped. But we're going to use that information that I have, 2 3/4 inches, and I'm going to find approximately the center of this. It's not that important. You just need something to cover basically the width of your eyes. And again, I'm sorry about the toy. So this is about 10 inches long, so I'm going to come here about 5 inches long. Yeah, let's make it 4. That way I can hold on to it. And then using some square device.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye, leapfrog. Okay. Now I said that my eyes are about 2 3/4 inches apart. If we divide that in half, that'd be 2 3/8, or 1 3/8. So if I go over 1 3/8, mark it, and I go over 1 3/8 from the center line again. That's about where my eyes would want to center on. So I'm going to mark that. And I've cut 1 inch square pieces of first surface mirror. And what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to actually attach them to this at a 45-degree angle. Yes, a 45-degree angle. That way when the light comes in, it's going to bounce here and bounce off at 90 degrees. Simple physics, but just trust my word of it. So this needs to be centered at 45. and the other one needs to be centered at 45. This one will go this way, and this one will go this way. So now I need to mark it, and I need to put some kind of wood there in order to hold these things at my 45 degrees, and I want them on the center of it. So I'm now going to stop, cut some material, and glue, and be back. What I've done is I've gone ahead and marked this. See, I've marked in where my center of my eye belongs, and then I've marked 45 degrees about where I think halfway the mirror is, and I'm going to have to probably adjust it a little bit. But next thing I want to do is glue some blocks to hold it up at 90 degrees from this surface, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Glue some blocks on there. I want to clean up this one side of it so that then what I should do is clamp it, but I'm just going to glue it and let it dry. And this will allow us to attach our first set of mirrors. Now I'm not going to cover all the physics involved in this. Just again wanting to show you a method technique. There are many wonderful devices out there that are supposed to solve this problem, but I think I've got a relatively easy solution. So now those two blocks there, which will then hold these two pieces of first surface mirror, 45 degrees this way, 45 degrees, we can start the process. So again, glue, go let it dry, and I shall return. Oh, let me show you what it looks like. Okay. This hasn't completely dried, but I'm going to go ahead and glue my mirror on here. Peel off the material. I'm going to use some mild cement. You can use whatever you want to that will adhere. I just need it for it to stick right now. And I'm sorry again for the noise in the background. And I'm attaching it just like that. See? Right there against the edge. I'm gonna glue the other one. Probably should let that dry a little bit more. Alright, so there are the two mirrors. And again, I'm apologizing for that noise. And let that dry, but now I'm going to discuss the rest of it. Hold on, I'll just now normally when you have one of these, you put two mirrors here in the center at 45 degrees so that as you view in here, it reflects off of here and goes straight out. That may work, but But I want to show you something very important with your eyes and the optics of mirrors and all this other stuff. To really make these things work, as you look through here and you have that thing, your eyes want to stay straight. But I'm going to zoom in now and show you something important to observe with your eyes. Now, when you're observing objects from a distance, you see where my eyes are. Here, let me take off my glasses. This way I'm going to have trouble because I really can't hardly see you. But I want you to watch my eyes as I move this thing right here closer to my eyes and focus in on the end of it. Do you see what's happening? My eyes are crossing. Yes, my eyes are crossing. Now I put my glasses back on, and I don't know if it'll help you any here. My eyes still cross. As the object gets closer. That's very important. I'm going to zoom back out now. That is very important, and that's why if you have this thing with the center mirrors at 45 degrees, it most likely, I mean, it may work sometimes depending upon the distance out here, but it will most likely fail as you get objects that are closer. And that's where this trick that I'm going to tell you about solves the problem. And I've never heard anybody explain it to me. I've just kind of always known it, and I've tried to explain it to others. What you do, let's use these two mirrors as an example. If they're at 45 degrees, that's normally fine for just looking through and looking straight out at a distance. And in many cases that's what you want to do. But now as the object gets closer, you want to be able to cross your eyes. But with this mirror system you can't. As you cross your eyes, the mirrors won't let you cross them. So what you got to do is you got to use the mirrors to cross your eyes for you. So as objects get closer, you want to move that 45 degrees out. Yeah, I said it no longer becomes 45 degrees, it may become whatever. And now we're going to have to go through and create a method to where we can measure what that angle should be. And it may vary between people, or it may be relatively consistent. I haven't tested it thoroughly, but I find out sometimes when I set it for my eyes it works fine for other people. Sometimes it doesn't, depends upon their eyes. So now I'm going to show you the rest of the technique. But remember this, I have them fixed. These can actually be made to be adjustable to where they adjust out and in, depending upon the person's width of their eyes. I haven't done it here. I'm just explaining to you that it can be. Alright? And again, this angle between the mirrors here can be made so that it's adjustable too, to handle the crossing of the eyes based upon your distance. I'm going to make it for a fixed distance so that this will work for me and a number of other people for that particular distance. Remember, these can be made adjustable in and out, and the angle between these two mirrors can be made adjustable so it does the crossing of the eyes for you. We shall return. I have this mirror system, and now I'm going to tape these two together. I have the first surface side down. And I'm trying to tape them so that they're square on the bottom. I'm using my metal tape. I like it because, see, it'll bend. It'll hold the shape pretty well. Right? So now what I need to do, and I'm going to do this from the edge of the table. Go say my kaleidoscope has the object chamber about 8 inches out here. So I'm going to set up an object 8 inches out. And actually, it should be actually thinner than this, but I'm just going to do this so I can show you. Actually, I need the width 8 inches plus 3/4, so it'd be 8 3/4. Again, it depends upon your mirror system and everything else. Okay, so now the front of this is 8 3/4 inches out. Place this up here at the end, and I'm going to get down so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to leave my glasses on. And this is set at 45 degrees. I'm going to place it here towards the back, right along that center line. And I'm going to get down and I'm going to look through here. And it's working pretty good, except for one thing. I see 2 of those tubes. So what I want to do is I want to take my mirror and I want to adjust it by holding the front straight. And I've got a little bit of up down because I'm not looking at it straight. Right there's pretty good. Not great, it has to be adjusted some. But of course I got one eye a little bit off more than the other one. Okay, for me, that would be perfect right there. I can actually see the object. And I can actually see my finger. Of course, one eye would probably work differently than the other. That would be it for me. As you see, I'm not getting my eyes lined up correctly. I probably need to adjust those mirrors a little bit more. Probably need to bring those in. Yeah, right there. And it looks like I actually need to bring in the mirror probably, I don't know, another couple inches. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to modify this now. Since I see that I have a bigger gap one place than another one, I'm going to move it over a little bit and then do it again. But and I had to move everything. But hopefully you can see that my angle is greater between these two mirrors than the 45 degrees. So I shall make some modifications and be right back. Okay, I brought, since it's an easy one to take off, I brought the right side in about, I don't know, half an inch. Now I'm going to adjust the mirrors again. Wow. Again, I'm trying to I'm making this too hard. Okay, right there, if I could just twist it. Right there. Looking at a single object. Again, you may need lenses to adjust and all this other stuff, but that's the concept right there. And mine's close to 45 degrees. Not quite. I don't know exactly what the degree is, but then we could fix this thing permanently. So I would end up tacking this into place right there. But just to check and see, it's close to 45. Okay. Right. So as you bring them in, you cross them more. As you bring them out, you cross them less. It depends upon your eyes. This one looks to me I'm at about, if I'm reading this correctly, it looks to me like I'm about 85 degrees. 85 degrees between these. So I actually brought mine in a little bit, and it depends upon your eyes. But there you go. That's the secret. I'd end up just mounting this permanently right there, or make a block that's correct for it. Again, it's better if these things are adjustable, and again, you can actually adjust these angles too, but they're best if you keep them at 45. So there is the secret of stereo kaleidoscopes. You adjust this angle to make sure that you focus as you need, and these should be at 45 degrees, and you look straight through and look through. And I need to adjust that angle more, but that's the idea. You'll have to experiment, see what works for you, but that's the secret. You make this angle adjustable, greater or less in, and you make these things adjustable in and out. Again, all I can recommend is you try it. Recommend you do is just try it, see what happens, and that's how you make a stereo adapter for a kaleidoscope. Again, the distance from here to this should be the distance of your object chamber. You can either make the kaleidoscope match this, or you can make this match the kaleidoscope. Either way. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Another one of those neat little things that everybody should give a try at least once in their life. I've done this a number of times. I made these for specific people, and they've worked and enjoyed them. And you get to look at a kaleidoscope inside and in stereo.